the hills, and the blue-eyed soldiers stand slightly discolored in neat little rows sporting canvas frills. The jock straps pinching, they slouch to attention whilst queuing for sarnies at the office canteen, singing how's your granny and a good old Ernie copped up a tenner on a premium on wing. your dead, as the sins of the fathers are fed with the blood of the fools and the thoughts of the wise, and from the pen under your bed. Well, let me make you a present of song, as the wise man breaks wind and is gone, while the fool with the hourglass is cooking his goose and the nursery rhyme winds along. Castles, kindly state the time of the year, and join your voices in the hellish chorus, mark the precise nature of your fear. See the summer lightning cast its bolts upon you, and the hour of judgment draweth near. Would you be the fool stood in your suit of armor, of the wiser man who rushes clear?
So you ride yourselves over the fields, and you make all your animal deals, and your wise men don't know how it feels to be thick as a brick.
Oh. Wow, it felt like an hour, to be honest.
Oh, this was a lifetime. Yes.
Felt like an hour.
He
It felt
felt
like an hour.
this was a
Some
lifetime.
great music, some really good music, especially at the start where the drummer stole the show.
Yeah.
I didn't know Jethro Tull had a drummer till today. Wow, Jethro Tull. Just kidding. But he made his presence felt. He really made his presence felt. But then he just became back to Jethro Tull. I felt sleepy, to be honest, during it's afternoon time, it's winter time.
Life is good.
It's life is
At
good.
Enoma,
I
life
felt
is
sleepy.
good.
I felt
Yeah,
sleepy.
easy going.
And that's not a good sign when you're listening to music.
It's a good sign. For certain music,
Maybe
it's good.
it's good sign when you're looking to sleep and you're putting music to sleep.
It's a
But
very
here
good
I'm
sign.
reacting to music and I need to pay attention. But it was happening again and again. Of course, I don't want to make it sound that it was that boring. But at times I felt, why were they going on and on and on? It seemed to be the same different themes being rechurned and rechurned and churned and rechurned again and again. It's quite clear here that the main theme is like they're talking about some guy or some young guys who've been through it and kind of commented about old wise people and didn't like the way they lived. And
But
now
he is
it's-
also going to do the same.
and now they become just like them as they grew older.
Yep.
It seemed like that was the central theme. I could be wrong. Seemed like it was all about that. It was the old and the young and the old and the young. And the old and the young, it got quite boring by the end of it. But great music, and definitely considering it's a part of an album, I shouldn't be calling it boring because albums are long and they tend to get boring if you're listening to them in one go, you know. Maybe if I heard just a bit here and there, it would have, and we've heard a lot of albums, maybe 50, 60, 70 albums,
Yeah.
reacted to them or heard them in the
And
last
in
8
different
years.
languages.
Different
That is-
languages. So I know when something is overdone, and this was overdone. So for me, yeah, youth and old wise men, at the end of the day, both of them sounded thick as a brick.
You remember we reacted to, along with Max, just a couple of months ago, this European album about this bird that,
Yeah,
the lifetime of the bird.
Yeah,
The-
in the forest.
One second. European magpie robin.
Mm.
Yeah. So I found that more interesting. I found that having a lot more substance. I found that so much brimming with life than this. I found the first part of this album pretty good, and it was more engaging, interactive. It was enthralling, if I can use that. But then this one was a bit too much on the experimental side. I like the strong start that they gave with the
Yeah, I
drummer
liked
going.
it. And I
It
said,
was
wow, this is
vigorous.
like very
Vigorously
unlike
done.
Jethro Tull.
Yeah.
And I said,
And,
wow, this is going in a great direction, but then it just fizzled out.
But then it was all about the flute player and then the vocalist and the poor
Both
guys,
are the
two of
same
them.
guy. No, it's the same person,
Can't
Ian
do this.
Anderson.
You can't do
Ian
the same.
Anderson plays the flute and
How can
sings.
you be singing and playing the flute? Wow, that's a lot. So Ian Anderson did everything on this. The second part of it, oh my god, at the end the guitarist came and he said, okay, I'll end it for you. So he just made a circle with the first one and then he
All
ended
of
it.
them do something, but then
No, but then
it's
that was hardly any contribution
the
from anybody
lyrics,
else.
the vocalist is so strong and the flute sound is so unique. So definitely you tend to remember that more.
No, but then mostly it was the flute player and the vocals, and that's all. And hardly here and there, little bit here and there, something or the other. But after the start, the drums go away and little bit some things that happen. There was hardly anything that others did. Like you fell asleep, maybe they were also sleeping, and they said, "You carry on, my friend." So Anderson, please carry on, and then we'll join you at the end. That kind of a thing. I found
That thing was overdone.
they would wake
It
up
was
at
like
some
20 times in this part only. And then he went on saying something else after that.
He had a lot to say. He was muttering all the time. He had a lot to say. The last time,
But
the
to be
first
honest,
one,
to be also very, very honest, it's not easy to do what
It's
they
not
did.
easy to do
It's
what they
talent, but we have to call a spade, unfortunately. On Enoma, we always call a spade, and this was boring. This was really overdone. You know, you had to say something, you could have said it in a different way or give different stories. It was the same thing again and again. I felt like at times I was listening to part one. if the same kind of themes were coming.
Part one was slightly different and it was more engaging than this one, I would say. And to our surprise and to your surprise, the part one lyrics that we had got on the internet, that fitted well for the second
Yeah, this
one.
was exact lyrics.
The same, yes. So at least we could put that to use here. So we didn't look for any
Could we,
lyrics
could
this time.
we actually put it to use here? It was so boring that we slept, or I slept rather,
Yes.
during the whole thing. So I really didn't pay attention to the lyrics.
So I was going every word by word and it matched this time. So at least those lyrics are correct, whatever is provided online, but for the second part, not the first part. Having said that, experimental music is welcome, but this is far beyond that experimental level also.
Before you go on, I liked a couple of lines. They said the poet and the wise man are standing behind the guns. So I kind of felt like that was a strong statement. It maybe it's trying to say that no matter what skill you add, what talents you add, when war starts, you're there behind the gun.
Yeah.
You're forced to do
Yeah.
the same thing. Literally like slaves. So I felt that that is what they wanted to say. So I like that strong statement.
In
But
bits and pieces, they were good
there was
things.
nothing else that was equally strong. And I could be wrong. My interpretation of that could be completely wrong. Maybe they were trying to say something else. But I'm imagining that they're saying that no matter how skilled the person was, whether they were, poets or wise men or sportsmen or anything, at the end of the day, they were behind the guns. They were forced to fight because their country was called to war or whatever, the president or the prime minister or whoever. Churchill at that time, I'm assuming, or whoever else was there.
There are certain songs bands make it for their hardcore fans. I would say this goes in that category. This is for hardcore fans. Those who just listen to for the...
No, also being
Love of
British
music.
or English in this case also has a pivotal role to play in it. So at that time it was the British, now it's the English, the British calls themselves English now, more or less. So it's like the English people from England. So yeah, I mean I think they will connect with it a lot more, to be fair.
Could be, yeah. Yeah.
For me it's like not that interesting, really not that interesting. And the use of words, it's so complicated at times. I'm a writer, I've written lots and lots of words, maybe million plus words on the keyboard and with my pen also initially in my life. And I found this boring. It was needlessly complicated at times. Needlessly and senselessly complicated, which it didn't need to be. You're talking about conformity, you're talking about young and the old. You didn't need to make it sound so complex. Do you think the young are all poets like you? That they'll all understand what's your vibe
Right.
or what you're trying to get at?
Right.
No. Millions of them are, I won't call them stupid or thick as a brick, but millions of them are in that part of the world.
I mean,
And you can see the results in this generation. When you talk about dementia, UK tops the charts.
Does it?
Yeah, it kind of does. A lot of people, 1 in 4,
But dementia is different.
1 in 5 deaths are due to that, if I'm not
That's
mistaken,
sad.
in recent times. So these are the young people who've grown up to be this stupid today, or
No, but
senseless.
dementia has nothing to do with...
Dementia is supposed to be all of your brain. So if you took good care of your brain, you wouldn't have it.
deterioration...
You wouldn't have it. It's as simple as that. These are all people who conformed and just followed the queen and followed the king and followed the rule of the land. And that's it. They didn't use their own brain for most of their life.
This was quite something. It was quite something. I tried to keep up, but I could feel the heat. Having reacted to a lot of music by far. And those who are joining us for the first time, please don't take my word for it. You can check it out on our channel. I too said, only a British band can pull this off. It's just my way of saying that. Only a British band can pull this off. Being experimental and to this high degree of being experimental, you need skin thick as a brick. That is how it is, and that skin not everyone in the world has. There are only certain kind of people that possess that skin, and British definitely have that. This is something else. JETHRO. They surprised me definitely with this album. First one was more like a bard or a young child roaming around in the village or the county and going about saying his mind. And this one was more of an old person, so it definitely has that age gap. And kudos to JETHRO for getting that out, because the first part is more about a chirpy child, going about saying a lot of stuff, rambling all over the place. And this one is, they tried to give it a wiser thing, but then it became too slow and too laid back and too really, sometimes they were just saying something. I mean, the vocalist was just saying something. He was saying to himself, yeah, I mean, I remembered there was.
It's difficult to interpret art. Having said whatever
Yeah,
we've said,
yeah,
it's
right.
difficult to
Yeah.
interpret art. What we are interpreting today, this art, of course, it's a work of art, this album, for sure. So, no pun intended. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to interpret art. What I interpret as great art might be something really silly for someone else interpreting the same art. So a painting, for example, landscape painting or an abstract art, to be more precise, abstract
Abstract.
art. This was like abstract art.
This was
images.
abstract, yes.
So if you take abstract art, someone's interpretation will be totally different and wavered from mine.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this is that kind of thing. For me, it was sleepy, it was boring, it was all over the place, but talking about two things only: conformity and young and old. So, but at the end of the day, it was boring. It was really, really boring. Even if I took it in context, I'm an intellectual person. Even if I took it in
You have to justify yourself.
with the context of the British or the English as they call themselves today, I would not get a clue. I would find it too much of an experiment. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's abstract art, and my interpretation will be different from yours. I'm sure you'll like it, and you'll be disappointed or you'll be pissed off that I didn't like it. But that's how art is. That's how art is. It's very difficult to find everybody
Having an eye for it.
seeing Mona Lisa's smile. Not everybody sees it. Those that do, they are willing to pay big bucks for it.
I don't remember which year, but it was somewhere around the millennium. 2001 or was it 2003? I don't remember the exact year. Around this time, New Year time, there was a Guinness World Record that was being recorded in India, and it was for the longest time for dance continuation. Very vague memory I have. I was young, quite young at that time. I just remember that it was month of December or something like New Year, around New Year time, and the longest time on the dance floor that at a pub or something like that, how long they had stretched. It was 3 days or something like that. They stretched it some 60 hours or whatever.
Recently, there was an Indian girl, a young Indian girl, a Christian girl in Kerala, if I'm not mistaken,
Right.
who broke the world record for longest dance. It was more than 7 days
Oh,
of non-stop dancing,
Okay.
classical dancing.
She did that? Oh.
Yeah,
No, so this
Indian
was
girl.
this was not one person, but this was multiple people, but they kept the flow of it, the continuation of dance happening at a location, and they took it for, I don't know, 60, 65 hours or whatever the thing was, and it was a world record. But the irony was, they weren't really dancing. They were doing it for the sake of the record, right?
Yeah.
So it was not fun, it was not dance, it was something. It was just for the record. So you had to keep moving, forcefully probably, to just keep going, to just continue for that record. It felt like that.
Yeah.
That you're doing it for something, I don't know for what. I couldn't figure out the purpose of this. It reminded me of that. Literally, that they did dance, but they did have fun? No. Did it feel like dancing? No. Were the slogging? Probably yes. It felt like that. Is the pain of going through something that I don't know whether you're enjoying or not.
Okay, that's it for this one.